Welcome along board, ladies and gentlemen, as we wrap up here our little West Coast swing early on in the season under the floodlights of the Colorado Motor Speedway. This is the Mile High 400 here from the Colorado Motor Speedway. Welcome along board to Stock Car World Cup action here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for round number 7 here of the 2026 Stock Car World Cup season. We're here at the famous, super fast, super quick, action-packed track, the Colorado Motor Speedway. We'll be back here later in the year, but tonight under the lights in a 100-lap shootout here with the best drivers in the world. The championship stakes are absolutely at a premium here early on in the season, as Shane Van Gisbergen comes in with a massive 89-point lead over Matt Tuck and Ludovic Charette. 90 points back. Joseph Newgarden closed in after a wild and crazy weekend at the Sonoma Raceway. Braden Perez, our winner last week, who scored the first ever win for a European manufacturer, getting Verstappen Red Bull Racing on the board in the win column here in the 2026 season. Van Gisbergen has that huge lead in the driver's standings coming into tonight's race at 89 points, but if you look there, there's only about 40 points separating the next 7-8 drivers, so it's going to get very intense very quickly here. We're 7 races into the championship. Some people will say Van Gisbergen's running away with it here, but anything can happen here. Short track Saturday night racing for the first time ever in Stock Car World Cup history. We are on we're actually on we're on YouTube for the second time ever, but for the first time ever, we're on a different channel. We are on AG, the channel here tonight, so welcome along board to all of our new viewers who have never seen a Stock Car World Cup race before. And we also welcome along board Mr. Alex himself here to help us call tonight's race here. First ever race at the Colorado Motor Speedway on the channel. First ever Stock Car World Cup race here on the channel. What are you looking forward here tonight, Alex?
On top of that, it's also the first race of 2025 on the channel. Now, I will preface, this does not count as an official channel win. So Shane Van Gisbergen or Cam Waters are not going to be an official AG winner here tonight. But great to host the Stock Car World Cup here on AG, the channel, trying something a little different for you folks here during the off-season while we're waiting for all of our stuff to come on board. Hey, you may see a couple more of these throughout the year as well. But we hope you folks enjoy this presentation that Matt is putting on here tonight at the Colorado Motor Speedway. The first time we've ever done a race on this track on the channel. And, of course, we've got a great championship battle here in this fun NR project that Matt's been doing over in the Yacht Club server. This is the 7th race of the season. I'm correct about that, right? Right.
We're on round
7th race. So, we're excited to see how it ends up shaking out for these guys here. Cam Waters starting on the pole right there in the number 6, looking for his first win of the season. You got the 0-2 machine of Nathan Stapleton starting to the outside. And that's the fun thing about this. You got real-life drivers, and you got drivers who you very well know on the channel, like Nathan Stapleton, like Ludovic Charette, like Matt Tuck. You just won a couple of weeks ago in that Wall Cup Series Invitational race. Who knows how it's going to play out here at Colorado, but we know it's going to be a great event, and we're looking forward to see who gets this race victory here in the Celsius Stock Car World Cup at Colorado.
It has been always a fascinating and fun race here at the Colorado Motor Speedway here in Denver, Colorado. Scott Dixon won our first ever race here. Chase Harris, your driver, has won here before. Matt Tuck's won here. Ludovic Charette did not win here. It was actually Cam Waters. No, it was Ludovic Charette. Last season actually was Cam Waters. It was Ludovic Charette almost won, but Cam Waters drove up there and absolutely stole the victory from her in a thrilling drive from the 6th. And he won here the last time we came out. He starts on pole here tonight under the lights here. And he's looking to get himself into this championship hunt. He comes into the race 171 points back, but I've been saying this all season on the broadcast. He has a terrible average starting position this season of a 23.17, and he has a much better finishing position than his starting position, and I think his bad starts have been hurting him.
Start your engines!
But it is time to find out here. 100 laps as Cam Waters and Nathan Stapleton lead us on the front row. It's Ryan Blaney and Caleb Rose, who's won on the short tracks before on row number 2. Connor Zillich, Jack Haas, row number 3. Joseph Newgarden and Alex Blau make up row number 4. Nathan Smith and Pato O'Ward make up row number 5. Ludovic Charette and David Lucas, row number 6. Our winner last week, David Lucas. 100 laps tonight, about 55 laps of fuel window. And Alex, Who takes the victory tonight?
Someone's going to get their second win of the season. I'm going Connor Zilich in the 48, starting 5th. Connor Zilich, of course, one of the best up-and-coming drivers that we've got in NASCAR, and he's going to get this job done here tonight at the Colorado Motor Speedway.
Yeah, this is definitely a great opportunity for Zilich to get himself into the hunt here tonight. Sit back, relax, and enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. 100 laps of short track Saturday night racing here. We are Green Flag Racing in the Stock Car World Cup. Already, we see Cam Waters had a monster start there on lap number 1. Ryan Blaney moved up a couple positions in that Penske Williams Dodge, but here comes Joseph Newgarden, the kind of short track maestro that he is. He is so good here at these short tracks, and it's going to be an RFK 1-2 early. Nathan Smith, the sophomore driver, has been absolutely fantastic for Tricon Racing here. He moves up into 4th. Blaney slides back, or he moves up into 3rd. Blaney's fallen back to 4th. Here comes Braden Perez, last week's winner from at Sonoma. Here comes Unk, still got it. Denny Hamlin up here, moving his way up through early. Tricon Garage has some pace. Jamie Chadwick, Roble Dorn, Blaney sliding back. Malukas, Mayer, Drew Webb, and Shane Van Gisbergen both started outside the top 20. They're already moving their way into the top 10. Look at the action here early on. It is all over the place.
And that inside lane is strong there at the start. Connor Zilich got slipped up to the outside, and he fell outside the top 10 right there. So, yeah, you jinxed him like right away, even in this. But some great racing all throughout the field here. You know, I've never really used this track before. Hey, maybe in the future we might have a Body Armor Pro Series race here, because I really like what we're seeing right here out of this. How about that 60 machine, though, of Joseph Newgarden got around Cam Waters for the race lead. And how about Joseph Newgarden, two-time Indy 500 champion, looking for his 3rd straight this year. I know I'll be in attendance for that one to see that. Well, I don't know. Do we want to see it happen? I don't know.
No,
we'll see it. We might see Joseph Newgarden.
Don't.
Yeah, we might see Joseph Newgarden win this one, though, as he is the race leader here on lap number 6.
Shane Van Gisbergen and Drew Webb both started outside the top 20. They're currently running 6th and 7th. They are slicing and dicing through the field. Here comes Matt Tuck in the 54, moving in on Connor Zilich. Denny Hamlin's going backwards. Max Davis, Scott McLaughlin are moving their way up through the field. It's the RFK Mustangs 1-2. Drew Webb's car looks super top dialed in right here. You can see he's really working the bottom lane of that racetrack well. But last week's winner, Braden Perez, we've been kind of saying these BMWs, Tyler Reddick. Did Tyler Reddick have a little bit of a skirmish with somebody? Thomas Troxel, perhaps? And we are under our first caution of the night here at the Colorado Motor Speedway in the Mile High 400. And now this is where it's going to get fun. Newgarden hits.
Oh, boy.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, ho, ho. Oh, ho, ho. I like this.
Complete split strategy there. Complete split strategy. That's very interesting.
Everybody.
What's the fuel window that we got here tonight?
Yeah, so everybody is going to have to make a stop. This stop is not changing the fact that you will need to pit later in the race. It's about a 56 to 60 lap fuel window. Now, what's going to make this interesting? The tire fall off at the end of that 60 lap run could be anywhere from about 8/10 to 2 seconds. So getting some tires now, even if it's just right sides, could be very crucial later in this run as these guys go to slice and dice their way through the pack later on in this race. So I'm quite interested, and we just saw how fast Newgarden's car is. Nathan Smith has a rocket ship tonight. Christian Lundgaard has had some good speed this year. Ryan Blaney had a quick car for 2 laps. And Connor Zilich, he got stuck on that outside, but once some of those cars trained him around, he was still in the top 10, so he didn't lose too much time. So this is going to be fun to see. We're going to take a quick commercial break here, and we will be back. We'll get a replay of the action presented by Gratton Industries to see what happened bring us under caution here, and we will get back to racing here at the Colorado Motor Speedway. We're going to watch here a little bit of teammate calamity as Thomas Troxel slides up in that top lane. Oh, Caleb Rose just got a huge slide. Bam. There goes Troxel, Rutomo Miata, Jack Haas, Matthew Huber gets some damage there. Stapleton goes flying across the grass. Tyler Reddick goes down along the painted lawn. That's a big break for Ludovic Charette and William Byron up there in the points to not get more damage involved in this. That could be crucial later in this race. We'll see as the night develops. Tough break there for Troxel. Doesn't look like anybody's going to walk away with too much damage, though. So we will get back here to the action here pretty quickly here. Well, we are going to get back to the action here. We'll be coming to lap number 12. It's been all Cam Waters and Joseph Newgarden so far, but Newgarden pit, a little bit of a split strategy at RFK. Braden Perez is second. Drew Webb and Shane Van Gisbergen and Matt Tuck are all already up 20-plus positions in 12 laps. They have been absolutely slicing and dicing. The rookie William Sawalich, in just his 7th career start, is having a fantastic start to this race. We'll see how he can hang with the big guns. Those Toyotas look really quick tonight. Here we go, back to racing. Waters is going to get stuck on that outside, and Braden Perez is going to try and go for the swing shot to the bottom. And here comes the rookie of Sawalich. He's going to take it to the big guns here. He gets by Webb, and now he's going to go to get by Perez. He might have a shot to go for the lead here.
And he will. What is this, the Arkham Menard series? Very good run here for William Sawalich, and he was very dominant on those short tracks throughout the 2024 season. But how about Matt Tuck? I mean, 2 weeks ago you had your big win in your final race there, and Matt Tuck's up to the 2nd position. You got the 28 machine there as well of Chase Elliott, fan favorite, and Denny Hamlin. Well, let's just say in terms of Chase Elliott fans, not the fan favorite, but hey, you gotta respect Denny Hamlin and all he's been able to do, and he's got a great run going for him right now here in the top 5.
Yeah, this is really the one thing. I mean, definitely we're looking at, Matt Tuck up here in the 54 and the Mustang, but we've got 2 Hondas and 2 Toyotas with a Dodge coming up here in the front of this field. So we're seeing some different manufacturers really have some strong pace here early on in this short track. I know a bunch of those guys just took their pit stops, so this grid is a little bit shuffled, but it's still nice to see these other manufacturers up here, other teams having a good run here. There goes the 54, though, to the inside of Sawalich in the 36. This is a great run, though, for Sawalich. Here comes Chadwick in the 66. Here comes Blaine Keys in the 2, leading the way for Dodge, trying to move his way up in the points tonight and keep pace with some of these guys in front of him. Shane Van Gisbergen. Dorian Pinn has been quietly impressive this season. Has 2 top 10s already, and this is the first time, this is her first full-time season back since, I believe it was season 3. She did not have a ride last year. Hamilton Racing Labs has been very strong here to open the season. Pelot's moving his way to the front. Here comes Leah Block. It's a pink car party starting to form up here in the top 10, but here we go back at the front of the field. It's Tuck, it's Keys, and I think it's about to be Van Gisbergen here in the top 3.
Well, how about Blaine Keys running 2nd, looking to get a race victory here? I mean, it's Matt Tuck and Blaine Keys up front again. I mean, it's the same thing over and over again on the channel. Doesn't matter what we're doing. But really Shane Van Gisbergen looking to spoil that party right there. And that 311 looking really quick there for Action Express Racing. Of course, the points leader by 89 points. Already 2 wins on the season. Looking to get a 3rd in only 7 races. Oh, almost sent Blaine Keys around right there. And you know Blaine doesn't want that to happen. He got sent around enough this past year, over on the main side of things on the channel. But how about Shane Van Gisbergen looking really quick right there in the 311 machine.
If you guys want to know a funny little World Cups statistic, the most wins in a single season is 3 wins across a full season, which the shortest season we've done I believe is 26. The longest is 33. If Shane Van Gisbergen wins tonight, he'll have 3 wins in the first 7 races. Just think on that for how fast he has been to start the season, to win 3 of the first 7 races potentially, to be in contention to win 3 of the first 7 races. But here comes a fellow Pontiac driver of Alex Pelot, not having a great start to the year. He's outside the top 20 in the points, but Enes Ganassi always finds a little bit of something on these short tracks here. And you can see that pace here tonight. Oh my goodness.
Oh, right in front of the leaders.
Oh no.
Oh, and it's Joseph Newgarden.
Oh no. Oh, it's Newgarden. That pit stop did not work out for him, and I saw Nathan Smith down pit road. Oh, that's a tough break for Newgarden. Was really starting to find some footing in the points and claw his way into this championship fight. But as you can see by that thing smoking away here, it's not going to be Joseph Newgarden's night. I got to be careful here. Some of these guys, boys and girls, coming in really hot to pit road here. A little surprising. Nobody's going to stay out, I don't think. It looks like everybody's going to come down pit road. Second caution of the night here. I think everybody's probably sitting there thinking, well, we got another caution. That strategy might have worked really well if that race had stayed green. Ooh, Stuart Gratton has damage also. We might have had Matthew Huber has damage. I saw Ratomo Miata have some damage. And Nathan Smith, I believe, is out of the race now. So the 60 and the 17 are out of the race. We are running a little bit higher strength than we normally do here at Colorado. The new rating, the way we have the ratings this season. Oh, hello. Hello. Hello, Mr. Keys. A new leader.
Blaine Keys leads the race on AG the channel. What else is new? What else How about that?
New? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Our Turkey Hill Truck Series champion and ahead of his Turkey Hill Truck Series constructor winning owner. You know, the more these things change, the more they find their way to stay the same here. But yeah, we're running a little bit higher aggression this time around here, Colorado. Usually a 102, 103. We're on a 104 tonight. So I don't know. We'll see how this race plays out. But I also preface the way we have the rating system this year allows us to be a little more creative and push the envelope a bit and try some slightly higher aggressions. We'll take a quick break here, and we will see what caused the caution, and then we will be back to the action here in the Mile High 400. We'll watch Kyle Larson in the 62 Toyota on Toyota Violence. Oh, that's such a tough break for Smith. He was having a fantastic run, just out of position there with that pit stop. Oh, and then Newgarden's going to pile into him. Gratton gets some damage. That's two heavy hitters here in tonight's action, out of the race here early. I don't think Smith and Newgarden are going to be recovering from that. That's a big championship implication there for Joseph Newgarden. He could not afford to lose ground to SVG tonight. He really needed to capitalize on it. A tough break for these guys here. We'll get back to the action here in just a few moments here from Colorado. We're coming to green. We'll be getting lap 27. Second caution of the night. I think we only had one caution last year. It's always been an interesting track because in Season 2, back in the 2023 calendar season for this project, I think we had 6 or 7 cautions. It was a series record that we've never topped. And then since then, it's always been a calm race. Fun race, but a calmer race. It's not been calm tonight. It has been action-packed since the start. It's Keys, it's Tuck, it's Elliott, it's Team Penske Williams, Gratton, Andretti, and 2 NS Ganassi cars. Oh, here we go. Keys did not get a good jump there on that restart. That 54 was all up the rear of that 2 car. Keys is going to try and ride the gap there. He's trying to ride that gap there between the top and the lower lines here to maximize his grip in the corners. That we might have another. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no! Ultimate jinx.
Oh no!
Tough break there for Connor Zilich in the 48 machine. He's gonna. I don't think he's gonna recover from that one. It looks like he's got some damage on that 48 machine, at least in the rear. No, maybe not.
No, he's got some.
Oh yeah, he does. Oh, he's got it.
He
definitely
rear
has
end
it.
damage, and
He definitely has it.
I can't imagine who rear-ended him, judging by what that 32 car looks like here. Third caution of the night here. Third caution of the night here. They're getting a little aggressive there in the back of this pack here. We'll take a quick break. We will come back, see if we can figure out what happened, get back to green flag racing. Hopefully we can get into a nice little rhythm. Nobody pit this time, so gonna keep stretching that fuel window out. Remember, we're gonna probably be pitting about might be pitting close to lap 80 now, so that could make the end of this race very, very exciting, depending on the pace with which we get these cautions. We'll be right back to the action here at the Colorado Motor Speedway. Assassin's Creed Battle Pass. So, it's Keys, it's Tuck, it's Mayer, it's Elliott, it's Van Gisbergen, it's Pelot, it's Chadwick, it's Haas, it's Waters, it's Pitt. A heck of a variety of teams and manufacturers up here in this top 10. Byron, Webb, Hamlin, Blaney, Davis make up the rest of the top 15. All three of the Penske Williams cars are up here in the top 15. We got 2 NS Ganassi cars, a couple other Pontiacs. Right now, all the eyes are on these two. It's Blaine Keys and Matt Tuck back at the front of the field. Tuck's going to try and slide that 2 up the track just a little bit to see if he can get a little bit of space to get to the bottom. That 2 looks really, really strong here tonight. You can really see the developments that Dodge has made to that car. And oh boy, Chase Elliott with the power drive move. Woo, power drive move up to second. And don't look now. Don't look now. Here he comes.
Shane Van Gisbergen. How about him? You know, has he won an oval race in the Stock Car World Cup? I'm not up to speed with that. I know he's really good on the road courses. But either way, he's going to the inside right here on the 28 machine of Chase Elliott. But how about Blaine Keys? I'm impressed with Blaine Keys, what he's been able to do. And, you know, this is one of the best drivers we have on the channel, though this is a completely different ball game for Blaine. But he may lose the lead here, or points leader Shane Van Gisbergen, and he will. Right to the inside goes SVG, and they're side by side across the line. Great stuff here in Colorado.
Side by side, the points leader of Van Gisbergen continuing to assert his dominance on this field. Early on in the season, going for his 3rd win in the first 7 races. He's never won outside of a super speedway. He's a 2-time Florida 500 winner. Did it for Titan Fury Red Bull. He did it this year for Action Express Racing, but he's never won on a more traditional oval that doesn't, you know, an oval where we're not going 230 miles an hour and riding the draft. So this is a different beast for him to tame tonight, and I know he wants to check that off his box and get his first ever short track win. And this is a crazy cool short track to get your first short track win at here. Under the lights, this place is absolutely SMI. The folks here at NASCAR, you got to give them credit. This place is absolutely immaculate. Here comes Denny Hamlin, though. There's a guy that knows a thing or two about getting it done on the short track. Blaine Keys right. Oh my goodness!
Matt Tuck almost took out Van Gisbergen, and here comes Hamlin. And Blaine Keys is back in the mix, and how about the 54 pulling away now?
Oh, early contender save of the year, perhaps. There's been no shortage of action here at the front of this field tonight. Oh, there they go. Oh, there they go.
Oh, will he save it?
Oh, he saved it. He saved it. He saved it.
That's going to save him the championship lead. He does have a little bit of damage, but oh my goodness, Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin almost taking out Van Gisbergen there, and that would have been huge in the championship, but they're both still in it here on lap 39.
He could have taken a whole lot more than just Van Gisbergen out. Somebody else did get taken out, though, and there's not a caution. Corey Heim. It looks like Corey Heim and David Malukas had some sort of a massive pile up there, and the caution didn't come out, though, so we stay green. It's Blaine Keys and Matt Tuck leading. How about Scott McLaughlin? This is a guy last season was right up there. He left Gratton Autosport last year, moved over to HMS, and we were all like, what kind of a backwards move? Like, how in the world does a guy with no wins somehow get a ride in the 5 car? Well, he won 3 times. He was fantastic, quite frankly. I mean, if not for how good Charette and Tuck were, I think we would have given him more props because he was fantastic last season. Got a couple wins. He's had a horrendous start to the season, but he's up here in the top 5. And they always say, you know, sometimes, you can never bury yourself too much at the start of the season if you're an elite driver, and despite that he's outside the top 30 in points, we know he has the car to get it done. We know McLaughlin has the talent, as he showed last year, to get it done. And he is working his way up here. Charette's going to get by him there. She goes to the inside, but if McLaughlin could get a top 5 out of tonight, I think he would be very, very happy to get that result. Now,
how about this top 3? I mean, come on. It's the Wall-Walk Cup Series all over again. It really is here tonight. Wouldn't it be fitting that the first Stock Car World Cup race on AG the channel would feature these 3 up top at one point? Matt Tuck, Ludovic Charette, Blaine Keys. Matt Tuck, Blaine Keys, Ludovic Charette. Of course, Ladovic in the 51, Matt Tuck in the 54, and you got Blaine Keys there in the 2, kind of the outsider there, at least in terms of the Cup Series racing. Starting to calm down a little bit up front as they're getting around the 44 of Corey Heim. See if Van Gisbergen rebounds that. Hamlin's rebounded a little bit. He's now back up to the 5th position after sideswiping the wall there with Van Gisbergen. Great rebound for Hamlin in this one, and I think that's Verstappen right behind him in the 33 machine. Or no, that's Logan Williams. That's the Verstappen car.
Verstappen
not.
car.
Yeah, in the Verstappen car. That's Logan Williams.
Logan Williams, who has not had a good start to the season, and same with Scott McLaughlin. A good run here tonight. Doesn't need to win the race. I mean, you never know. He could get an opportunity to win the race, and how crazy tonight has been. But he doesn't need to win tonight. He really just needs a top 5. He needs a top 5, get the season back going in the right direction. Well, I mean,
Blaine's getting some PTSD here.
Blaine Keys is like, the more things change, the more they stay the same, because Ladovic, to her credit, had the fastest car here in this race last season, and Cam Waters just turned it up to 11 on the last run of the race last season here, and stole the win from her. So she really wants to get to victory lane here at Colorado Motor Speedway, and get back that win that Cam Waters took last season. Now Tuck's got to get by the 32 at Rose, so we're going to see if this 51, taking a look here at the times real quick, 19.3 last time around and 19.3 last time around also for Tuck. So they're right on pace with each other. As they've really been, to be honest, they've been right on pace. The 54 and the 51 have been right on pace with each other for the last 30-odd races. They finished 1-2 in the points last year. I mean, they have been lights out. 22 wins between the two of them. Absolutely fantastic stuff here. Blaine Keys, Colton Herta absolutely wheeling that Andretti Global Honda into the top 4. Cam Waters are pole sitters up to 5th. Scott McLaughlin still hanging in there. Kyle Larson has found his way into the top 10. Pato O'Ward is up here now. Kyle Kirkwood and Leah Block battling just outside the top 10. Ryan Blaney, William Byron, Van Gisbergen. So the one thing I'm interested to see is we can clearly see the 77 and the 311 haven't lost all their pace. Denny is still racing up there and is trying to pass cars. So he's got a very good car. Van Gisbergen, I feel like he's got took it a little bit harder. But I don't know how this is going to play out on the pit cycle because both of them slap that inside pit wall very, very hard. So we'll find out on the pit stop here in probably 20-odd laps how big of an impact that's going to have on them. And that could really, really hurt SVG, especially with Tuck and Charette leading the race right now. And then, flip side to that coin is this is a great opportunity for Tuck and Charette to close this championship back in. It looks on paper it's a one-horse race at the moment at just SVG, but if SVG has a slow stop, has to take 30 seconds on pit road to repair that car, and these two come out 1-2, that 89-point lead that SVG has is going to look very, very small after tonight.
Yeah, and how about the two drivers here for Gratton Autosport? Of course, it's going to be Drew Webb. Well, you also got Drew Webb on this team here in the Stock Car World Cup as well. But it's going to be Drew Webb replacing Matt Tuck over there in the Wall Cup Series here in a couple of weeks, and we're excited to see how that ends up going out. Of course, you're going to be owning your own team there with Team Velocitar joining the ranks, and it's just like a Wall Cup Series race all over again. And it's the scheme, too, that Ladovic will be driving in the Wall Cup Series this season as well. So I know we're excited to see that. And Ladovic sure has an opportunity of winning this race. Like I said, had an opportunity of winning this thing last year. Starting to close in on her teammate Matt Tuck right there, ever so closer. We're about to close in on the cycle of pit stops. You know what, I'd say still got about 20 laps or so until we get to that point. But with this being a short track, we're going to get to it very quick. These guys definitely have to be careful to make sure they have a clean stop and retain their positions. How about Colton Herta up to 3rd now? He just got around Blaine Keys. Blaine Keys are running in the 4th position. And then Denny Hamlin battling there with Logan Williams. Hamlin has been holding it in there even with the damage on that 77. But will he have an extended pit stop because of that damage? That is the big question there for Denny Hamlin at Tricon Garage.
Really makes you wonder if Nathan Smith hadn't made that early pit stop on that lap 11 caution and gotten stuck in the back of the field that ultimately led to his demise tonight. with him crashing out of the race. It makes you wonder what Nathan Smith could have done, because it looked like he had a car that might have been able to go up there and at least hang in the top 5. Denny Hamlin clearly does, and his car is damaged. So Tricon, you got to give him credit after a horrendous year for TRD with the Lexus program. Caleb Rose, respectfully, was the only real bright spot of that entire program last year. Not having a good night tonight, but Caleb's carried his weight the past few years with that program. And for them to finally, you're seeing other drivers. You're seeing Hamlin, Larson, Nathan Smith have his moment. It is good to see the Toyota gang back up at the front. Not winning the race. They're not winning the races yet, but those wins are definitely going to get there. Something else is going to get there. That 51 is rapidly closing on the 54, and I don't remember. I do not remember. No, they all pit again the second time around, so it doesn't matter. I thought for a second maybe there was the, Tuck hadn't pit, and the 50. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Blaine and Herta going for it again. And Logan Williams closing in as well. It's a great battle here between these 4 drivers, and you also got Cam Waters closing back in as well in the 6 machine.
You get an undercut, you're at about 0.8 of a second fall off, 8/10 to a second fall off. I mean, if Cam Waters wanted to hop down pit road right now, you never know how much time he can make up. You can make up a lot of time. You're going to have to be very careful coming in and out of pit road here. Mostly, I think, more so I'm worried about the coming into pit road because of how quick you have to get down the racetrack. The pit exit here is really nice. It's got a nice big space to merge there on the back straightaway. And most of these drivers take a wider entry as the runs go on anyway. It's maintained in at 0.8 of a second. Herta and Keys giving us a spirited fight for the last podium position here. Herta's going to go to the inside now. Wants to get Andretti Global their first pole podium of the season here. And we are under 40 laps to go. Closing in on 30 laps to go. I do just want to say, quick shout out here to Alex and all the folks at AG, the channel, allowing us to put this on. It's really cool to be able to bring this project to you guys. I mean, I think I've ran what? We're at 130. I don't know how many races we're on. We're over 120 races into this project in less than a year, and it's been fun. It's as much fun as it was doing it back in the day. I know that people be saying, how do I sign up for this? You don't sign up. I mean, I do control everything that happens in this project. It's been fun. It's been a lot more fun than any of the other NR projects that I have personally created. And it's cool to finally be able to bring this to you guys in front of a large audience here tonight. So do want to shout out all you guys. And let's shout out Ludovic Charette, because arguably the best driver in the series. She's there. She's caught that 54.
She's there. One of the best drivers on the channel. Even though this is not an official AG race, she could still end up getting the race victory once again. Then again, too, only one win in the Truck Series this past season. So, I don't know. Where is it at? Maybe she's going to get that mojo back here tonight. Roll that into the Wawa Cup Series here in a few weeks. He's closing on a Matt Tuck for this race lead. And then you got Colton Hurd about 3 seconds behind. They're around the lap traffic there of 15 machine there.
Ooh, hello.
Cam Waters.
I would not.
That 6 machine was definitely picking up a lot of speed there in comparison to Herta and Hamlin and Logan Williams there and Blaine Keys. Blaine Keys is actually fallen off back to 9th now, but Cam Waters has definitely rebounded, and I'd watch out for Cam Waters as this thing goes on, because he could have an opportunity, and maybe if he undercuts, he might have an opportunity. He may actually want to overcut, possibly have the fresher tires near the end of the stint. We'll have to see what. Oh, we got a caution. He's not going to have to do that anyway.
Oh, this is going to change everything. The whole race has just shifted. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Who was it? Oh, McLaughlin.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Scotty was having a decent night. Finally getting his season on the right track. Well, this is going to take the strategy out. And you know what? If I'm the 6th car, that's honestly what I was rooting for. It takes the strategy out of this. And it's just going to be a straight up 30 lap dash on inside of probably 23, 24 lap dash when we get back to racing. He did this last year. I'm just saying, folks. He did this last season. It was looking like it was going to be the 51 dominating the race. Uh-oh. Oh. What in the world?
Tuck's out of there.
Oh. Well, that's interesting. Well, that's very interesting. Did the 54 just take 2 tires? Denny Hamlin didn't spend a lot of time repairing that damage. That bodes well for Shane Van Gisbergen. Yeah, he's already dropped the jacket away.
He's off the good. He was already a bit off the pace, though, after that. He had fallen off quite a bit.
Well, I think we're going to have to do some waving around. Oh, no, he had to come back down again. Oh, no.
He might have missed his pit box, and he was way out ahead of everybody else right there. That was very strange. Man.
Oh,
that's a hard way to lose it. That's a hard way to lose it. It's not over yet. He'll stay on the lead lap, but he's not going to be the race leader anymore.
No, he'll probably get the wave around here. But that is a tough break there for the 54 Tuck. Had one of the fastest cars here tonight. But it's going to throw the ball back to Ludovic Charette. And the battle for most wins in the series, it's 11 apiece between Tuck and Charette. This is her chance to, once again, jump on the top of that pecking order. But we're going to need a few laps to sort all this out and take a look at the race replay to see what happened to that accident to bring out the third caution of the night. We'll be back here soon with the restart here from the Colorado Motor Speedway. Well, you watch here. I mean, we see it a lot, Colorado. Somebody on the top, somebody on the bottom. The bottom lane gets bigger run. This time around, the Colorado sender. And this time it's Kyle Kirkwood sending Logan Williams. And this one right here is going to hurt for somebody. And that somebody is going to be Scott McLaughlin because he's going to come piling in here. Stuffs it into the 27. Gets some damage from his teammate, Jack Haas, Chase Elliott, David Malukas, or Tyler Reddick, excuse me, my bad. Almost ended up really bad there for Drew Webb. And then our race leader, as we see, Matt Tuck had to check up rapidly. A bunch of good cars taken out here. That is really, really tough for Scotty Mack. He was having a great run here tonight and was finally looking like he was going to have a shot to start to turn his season around, but some things just aren't meant to be here, and it wasn't meant to be for him tonight. But we will get back to racing here in just a few moments. It is going to be, I believe it's going to be Ludovic Charette after that pit stop sequence did not work out for the 54, Matt Tuck, and she will lead us here to the restart to see if this is our final restart here. Well, Charette and Waters, the more things change, and we're right back to where we were last time out here at the Colorado Motor Speedway. Colton Herta, very quick tonight, could get his first career win. Denny Hamlin could get his first career win. Pacific Racing, Kyle Larson hasn't won a race outside of the Hendrick Motorsports camp. Remember, he didn't even race. He wasn't even on the grid last year. Could he end his winless streak? Could Blaine Keyes Pato Award steal it? Here we go. Charette jumps out to the lead here pretty quickly.
Oh, look at Blaine Keyes.
I like this 2 car here. He looks like he's showing some very quick short run pace here tonight, and he's going to get the bottom. He gets by Hamlin. He gets by Herta. He's going to get by Waters. He's going to take Pato with him and Byron. And here we go. Does Blaine have something in him here for this last run of the race? He's going to take Pato Award and William Byron here. Oh boy, Cam did not have a good restart there. Let's settle in, folks, because it's going to be Keyes versus Charette versus O'Ward, and Pato O'Ward is sliding that thing, that bright orange arrow number 7. He could come up here and steal this race win.
I know he doesn't want to finish behind a Penske car again, that's for sure. Pato O'Ward there running in third. How about William Byron out of nowhere? How about Kyle Larson in the 62? Yeah, I know y'all think that's Thomas Troxel. Troxel's in a different ride. He's in the 97 for Ganassi. Ennis Ganassi in this series. There goes Award for second on Blaine Keyes. And now Pato looking to try to close in on Ludovic Charette here for this race lead. We got 20 laps to go here at Colorado.
This was kind of Pato's MO last season. Always would show up in instances where you had no idea. He'd just be running in the top 10 all night. And then a moment would come for him to step up and take the opportunity, and he would seize on the opportunity. And here he is tonight, 10th in points. This is a fantastic opportunity to gain some points on these top drivers in the points. And here he goes to the inside of the racetrack. New leader. It's the 7 of Pato Award. To the lead here, inside of 20 laps to go. Kyle Larson in third. I don't know where on earth Dorian Pin has come from. This 83 is a rocket ship here late in the going. William Byron is going to try and cross over the 62. Could Dorian Pin come up here and steal this win? That would be the upset of... That would be one of the biggest upsets in the history of this series if Dorian Pin could come up here and steal this race win tonight. Pato is starting to check out, though. That 7 car on this restart here, I don't know what they did to it, but he is hooked up and flying away here on the restart.
How about Pato Award? He's just kind of come out of nowhere to find himself in this position late in the going. William Byron trying to close in on Ludovic Charette right there. We'll have to see if he can close in. And Kyle Larson Blanky still in the top 5. And don't look now, Shane Van Gisbergen's back in the top 10.
He's coming.
Does he find some more speed late in the going here after this restart?
I mean, he's got Matt Tuck behind him. He's got Drew Webb behind him. So even though this hasn't been a great night for SVG, he's not the only driver who's truly capitalizing on him points-wise is Ludovic Charette. Everybody else really not gaining a whole lot, or they're losing a bunch of ground to SVG. So his strong start to the season continues. Nathan Stapleton in the O2. It is good to see the big Staple back slinging that thing around a short track here. He's always been a solid driver throughout his time here in Stock Car World Cup, but you throw this man on a short track, he can wheel it with some of the best. SVG, to be honest with you, he might get on the podium. He might get on the podium. He's closing in
2.3 seconds now. 2.3 seconds now for SVG. He is flying out there in the 311. The Pato's pulling away. Of course, Pato and Ludovic, they've both pulled about a second from the rest of the field right here. I don't know if SVG's going to have enough time. He does continue to close in here. We'll have to see if that 311 has any speed in these last 12 laps. Ludovic may actually have a shot at getting back around to Award here for this race lead. He's got 11 laps to go here at Colorado.
It was 44.44. It's 0.33. We saw on that run before, she just ate up the 54 a Tuck. And I think the 7 is a very good car. I don't know if the 7 is as good as the 54 was. And we're seeing that here. This 51 just hooked up to this racetrack. I mean, like we said a little while ago, I mean, Ludovic Charette had the fastest car here last season. Lost the race late to Cam Waters. She wants that redemption, and the tables have flipped here. Instead of her having the fastest car all night, leading the most laps, she's the one doing the hunting and has been doing an excellent job of it here. Just following in the tracks of that number 7 United Autosports Aero Mustang here. Under 0.2 of a second, though. She slides it up just a little too much. You're not going to get too many opportunities, though, to get by Award. He is very, very good in these late race situations and not making a mistake. And if Charette slips up like that again, that's going to give Award breathing room for a lap or two. Opens the gap back up just a little bit there this time around. Byron's closing in. Stapleton's up to 4th. And shout out Leah Block having a fantastic run here in the MSR 06. She was electric on the short tracks last season. Has not had a great start to the season, but when the pace has been there, she has been able to drive that car up into the top 5. We're going to get 6 laps to go next time by. This race is still up for grabs here. The first ever Stock Car World Cup race on AG, the channel. A 6-lap shootout here. It's Award, it's Charette, it's Canada versus Mexico, United versus Gratton, 2 Ford Mustangs. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Caleb Rose. Oh boy. Here comes Ludovic to the inside. Coming to 5 laps to go here at Colorado. Ludovic's going to get this on Pato Award, and that 51 just has so much speed. Ludovic going to get her 2nd win of the season. That was a great move there, Ludovic going to the inside of Pato Award.
Pato did all he could there. He was trying to run that right in the margin there between that top and that lower line. tried the best he could, just didn't have enough speed. Now this 32, Charette might catch this 32 in an inopportune time in the center of 1 and 2. Award doesn't lose too much time that lap. Now the 51 has to get by Caleb Rose. Pato might catch the 32 at the worst time possible there in the middle of 3 and 4. I just don't know if that 7 had the raw pace to keep up with the 51. I mean, we saw what the 51 was able to chew in on the 54 on that previous run. Byron in 3rd position, a great run for him. Nathan Stapleton could still get himself on the podium here. This has been a fantastic run, and I guess you could say vindicates his decision to cut loose the previous driver here of the 02.
Whoa! He's going for it.
Nathan Stapleton on the podium here. This man, it's so good to see him back wheeling his car. Corey Heim.
Oh boy, here we go.
Ludovic Charette's got a few lap cars to wheel by here. This is I know she won the championship last season, but you always hate to see those wins that you know were right there in your grasp and they slipped away from you. And she's going to get one back here tonight. And it's Ludovic Charette off in turn number 4, wins the Mile High 400. The one that got away last season comes back to her, and she wins here at the Colorado Motor Speedway. Pato Award, a thrilling drive, though, to get himself up to 2nd. Gave it all he had. I mean, he's got a great night for him in the championship. Nathan Stapleton, his first podium finish since... I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you the last time Nathan Stapleton was on a podium. Excellent run for him tonight. Kyle Larson, 4th, a best finish of the season for him. William Byron, 5th. Blaine Keith, 6th. Leah Block, 7th. Ryan Blaney, Sam Mayer, Colton Herta round out the top 10. Cam Waters, Shane Van Gisbergen, Braden Perez, Matt Tuck, a couple of our championship contenders, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. Denny Hamlin, to his credit, did have a very good car tonight. I know he got a 15th out of that, but that man was up there in the top 5, top 10 most of the race. Fantastic run for him. Your guy Nicholas Samadillo, 16th. Still struggling over there a little bit at Ottawa and Motorsports, but it looks like they're starting to find some of their footing. Jamie Chadwick, Dorianne Pinn continues her nice season. Tyler Reddick, Thomas Troxel round out the top 10, and you see there a bunch of carnage tonight. Palou, Elliott, Williams, McLaughlin, Gratton, Huber. That last incident knocked out some heavy hitters who were having some really good nights. But that first ever Colorado Motor Speedway race here on the channel. Thoughts on tonight's race, Alex? That was a absolute barn burner of a short track race tonight.
We cooked tonight. We cooked, and I hope you folks all enjoyed that one. Getting some. It's the first race that we've had since the Wawa 250, and Ludovic Charette almost won that race. Lost out to Rogel Dorn in that one. She got a little redemption from that here tonight in this one. How about that? It doesn't even matter. It just doesn't matter. Ludovic Charette's going to be up there in anything we do on the channel at this point, and it's funny. She wasn't even heard of until January of 2023 on the channel, and the rest is history with what she's been able to do. But hey, what a race. That was a lot of fun. We may do a couple more of these on the channel as we move on. Thank you, Matt, for putting this on. It's a great project that you do, and of course, like Matt said, you can't sign up for this. This is a personal NR project, so this is different than running a series like we do, of course. But still, if you enjoy NR, if you love the game, you love NR 2003 racing, this is for you, and that's the whole point. We want you to enjoy and respect the game of NR 2003. You don't necessarily have to sign up to enjoy it, and that was a lot of fun, and we enjoyed seeing it here on AG the channel. But hey, thank you, Matt, for putting it on. Congratulations to Ludovic Charette. And hey, just keep waiting on the channel. We may see some more surprises come out throughout the year here on the channel with some special projects. And of course, we got our own races starting up January 17th of the Body Hammer Pro Series, just under 2 weeks time from tonight. So we're excited for that one, January 17th there at South Boston. It's going to be a lot of fun there. You're in that, Ludovic's in that. Going to be a lot of fun on that one. Can't get away from any of y'all, but hey, you make it a lot of fun, that's for sure. Got a lot of personality, and I love that. And a lot of personality we've got going on here.
No, it is always a ton of fun here. Always a ton of fun. Another Gratton Autosport car finding victory lane. That's Ludovic Charette's 12th career stock car World Cup victory. She knocks off the tie with teammate Matt Tuck and jumps to the all-time wins lead once again. 25 wins now for Gratton Autosport in this series. Them and HMS go bar for bar, it feels like, every weekend. But Pato, Stapleton, Larson, Byron, Keys, Block made some big names up here in the top 10 tonight. And it's going to be a very fun championship battle as Charette is going to close in quite a lot on Shane Van Gisbergen. Who would have thought Ludovic Charette versus Shane Van Gisbergen was the championship battle that we were cooking up this season? But that is what we are getting here so far. But a fantastic night of action here. Again, want to thank Alex for letting us put this race here on the channel. This was a lot of fun to be able to bring to you guys, and we'll see how this editing goes. Maybe, maybe next weekend we might see you guys at the South Boston Motor Speedway next weekend for another short track race here. But we'll see, maybe get an opportunity at some point to bring some other races to you guys. But now we're always streaming in the Discord, and that's where you'll see more of these races, more updates from the series. But yeah, thank you to everybody for tuning in tonight. And again, thank you to Alex for allowing us to put this race on. Congratulations to Ludovic Charette on winning the Mile High 400. A fantastic night of action, and we'll see you guys next weekend, regardless of where you will be viewing. We will see you all next weekend at the South Boston Motor Speedway. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening.